I'm Mike, welcome to the workshop. And this week I'm going to make a modular saw till to get my beautiful saws out of the toolbox and where I can get at them. So let's do that right now. Roll the credits! So as you can see, currently my saws live in this absolute tank of a toolbox I made about 15 years ago. But it's more than overdue time to make a proper till for them. So let's get at it. So currently behind me I have this lovely tool wall. I don't have room for my till there at the moment. So temporarily I'm going to fix the till to the side of my bench. So I require some building out. I was going to go in here currently, and I'm going to leave my junior hacksaw and my coping saw here. So I'm just going to build out from that ridge you see standing out there, and that's where my saw tail is going. So here is my plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a series of boxes that have a gap at the back, each fitted to the individual saw, so it'll just slide down in place nice and tight. These boxes then will be able to slide back and forward on this rail, which has a dovetail in it that'll match a dovetail I cut out in the back of my saw here, or my box, pardon me. That'll allow me then to change the order of the saws. It'll also allow me to add or subtract saws as I eventually buy more. I have a problem. So for these, I'll make these boxes out of a bit of 12mm ply. I'll make this out of some deal I have. But the first thing I need to do is get out all my saws and start doing some measuring. Of course, this being me, I forgot to record when I was doing the actual measuring bit, so I'll put a little snapshot up in the top corner. So after going through the exercise of measuring them, I decided upon a 70mm depth for all of these boxes. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking my piece that will be my slider at the back and marking my depth, and then roughly assembling the first box to make sure that my dimensions work and everything seems okay. So I add about 5mm to the depth of all of the saws to give me a little bit of wiggle room and easy to drop it in. So when I have my two sides cut, what I do is I cut a piece about 2 or 3mm thicker than the thickest point of the blade. So on this gent saw here, it is the band at the back, and just with a couple of drops of glue I just got to put this box together and give it a quick test before I cut any dovetails or anything to make sure that I'm happy with the fit and how it's going to come in and out, and I was. So you'll see that now in a second. So now I have this first one prototyped. I know the idea is going to work. I want to create my rail this is going to sit on. Now, the reason I only stuck this together with a small piece of super glue is I want to break it apart. It'll be easier to cut this cutout. So for my rail, I'm just going to use this piece 2x2, not 2x2, 2x1, and we're going to apply a chamfer to both sides. So the view is I could do that. I could do it with the plane. I could do it with my blender thicknesser, or I could do it with a circular saw or a band saw. I'm feeling saucy, so I'm going to do it with a plane. So I'm just going to go with 7mm, and I'm going to plane down to those lines. So I very carefully plane these down so that the angle is consistent and straight along. That'll mean that there won't be binding points for my boxes when I make them. And when I have it completely done on both sides to a sharp point, the edge, I actually cut that point off to create a little round at the very tip. This just helps sliding on and off those boxes to make sure that there isn't a little catch in the very corner. So as I want to keep all of these consistent, what I do is I mark a center line on my two sides and I line that then up with my slider that's going at the back. This means that when I have it glued up, the slider should still go through, and also it gives me repeatability going forward so that they all end up on the same level when it's glued together. Also, when I glue this up, I do put the slider in to make sure that's going through. And now I'm fighting every instinct I have and cutting outside the line I've marked. So it's important that this is not tight because we want the ability to slide these on and off easily. So the handiest way to achieve that I found was to cut, rather than the inside of the mark, cut the outside of the mark, and then you have two saw widths of a difference, which should give you enough room. So now it's only a matter of putting it together. So I put these together with super glue just for speed, and then I tack them with a few brads. You can see here as I glue this back piece into section, I throw in the slider just to make sure that it's going to run, wait till it sets, and then just glue on the cap piece to close it off. So now that we have one fitting, it's only a matter of doing this for all my saws, which through the magic of editing, I've already done. So the very last thing that I want to do, I'll just show you here, when this goes in. So this is very tight as I've designed it. So I just want to put a little slip on the back here, which gives me a little bit of play when I go in and out. So I'll just glue that on and then we'll test this out. I wouldn't be called that good. Obviously I want to work out my spacings a bit better and see where I need my handles to be, but yeah, I think it's time for a slight change to our regular programming, and oh yeah, it's unnecessary Danish oil time. there we have it. My modular sawtail. And the beauty of this is, like, you don't have to use this system for a sawtail. You could use it for any tools. You could create these little dovetails on either end of a block, and you could store your chisels, or you could store your screwdrivers or stuff like that. And I made this over length to allow for my inevitable buying a lot more saws, because I have a problem when it comes to old tools. I haven't 100% decided where this is going yet. I was going to put it on the end of my bench, but stay tuned, because by next week, that's 7 days, I should have made my mind up, and then I'll let you know. But yeah, this is fun, you know, and you can move these around. If you want more handle space, get a nice in and out motion, and yeah, saves me having to stoop to pick them up, in and out like that. No problems at all. And yeah, I've really enjoyed doing this. So yeah, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and absolutely do try this at home. Just wait, I wouldn't focus. It's going to be fun next week when I get an actual camera. Watch out for that. Better quality. Video, not content. Let's get to that. Roll VT!